Well, I'm a YouTube person. I'm just not very popular. That's all.
I'm a YouTube person that doesn't do anything anymore.
Really?
YouTube's for everyone. Hey guys,
Yeah.
what's up? It's Wolf King, Pandemonium number 8 live. We got some crazy topics, all types of stuff to go on about. But we got Max Sains and Chorus. Fuck, I'm just gonna call you Greg. What's up? What's up, guys? How you doing?
Okay. Hey,
I'm doing good. What are the
I'm
topics
just
you
fine.
speak of?
Okay, well, you said something about Red Line talking about flat Earth stuff. What was that? How'd you what'd you like about it?
Wait, are
Well,
you? Sorry.
what? Okay. Actually, I was just watching the video that was uploaded, if you can see, because I just shared my screen. Um, Actually, what I like about Red's videos is just how blatant they are and how much he doesn't give a shit, but still. Actually, I can learn a few things from them, but this new one, you didn't really learn anything new because the Flat Earther so far in the 47 minutes that I got through was just asking the same questions I've heard every other Flat Earther ask, like how do planes work if the Earth is moving and such. Stupid questions like that.
Yeah. Well, I remember when Red was talking about there's a 1-to-1 ratio when you're actually driving a car from Los Angeles to New York.
Yeah, he said the atmosphere was the same way.
Yeah.
You you want to hear like a little fun fact about flat Earth stuff?
Yes.
Okay. There was this one society that banded together called the Flat Earth Society. I don't know if it was in the U.S. or Canada. I forget. But anyway, it was started in North America, and it was founded by people who didn't believe the flat Earth. They were originally just trolling people.
Yeah.
But and anyone who actually did believe in the flat Earth, they would be thrown out. But over time, it was a skeptical society at the time. But over time, gradually, more people who did believe in flat Earth, start sneaking in. People who were skeptical of that, kind of got bored and then left it. And long story short, it got taken over by flat earthers. I checked the numbers, and it seems to be like less than 1,000 people. That's like a battalion in military terms, like 1,000 people.
Yeah.
So they're less. So they're less than like a. So they're less than a battalion of people who buy the flat Earth stuff. But a quarter of them, interestingly enough, don't know how you could rate this, but a good number of them are trolls. Just like saying the shit just for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
I figured a few of them can't be serious. So.
Oh yeah, yeah. You'd be surprised what people with free time and and who are bored out of their minds will say.
Probably quite a bit of things. Like, your plug won't fit, stick a fork inside the outlet to straighten it out. That might cause death, maybe, but, natural selection works.
Yeah.
I'm looking actually at images of Earth now, and flat earthers try to say things like, "Oh, they look so fake. How can they be so stupid? They're all CGI." But when you think about it and actually read, and look at the pictures of Earth, I looked at one of them. Actually, I'll share my screen again because I'm selfish. Over here, this image of Earth. Can you see it?
No.
Tell me when you see it.
Alright. There.
Alright, so this image of Earth here. People say America looks fucked up and such. Actually, no, it doesn't when you actually try to look at where it is, draw lines around where it would be. Still America, South America goes over there, Central America, Mexico, blah, blah, blah. But when you read, it says that this was actually images combining 3 separate images to create a photographic quality image. Now, another thing they try to say is this one here. Do you see the difference?
Mexico looks a little large.
Yeah, that's because it is actually. America's taking up the North Pole, but they were like, America grew. This can't be real. And actually, it's funny because it isn't. If you read, it says it is indeed a composite image using a number of swaths of the Earth's surface taken on January 4th, 2012.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that I'm just noticing the amount of research the flat earthers don't do.
So you're admitting that NASA manipulates photographs, right? Photographs that they present these images that aren't entirely accurate. They admit to photoshopping images.
Well, technically, but they're not
Okay,
saying.
okay. Well, there you go.
Okay. But yeah, I guess you can say that they do compile the images, but that's how you
Ooh.
basically get something so big and so good looking.
I'm just fucking with you, Max.
What'd you say?
So I was just messing with you.
I know. I can tell.
Okay. What's up? What's up, Wolf King?
Hey, what's up?
Have you guys seen Wolf King on camera? He's black.
He sounds it.
Does that
Well, that's
matter?
racist, dude. That's racist.
Your bunny is white. My Carnotaurus is black. What are you discriminating?
He's got cool sunglasses too, right, Wolf?
That's
Yeah, I can't find him right now, so you know. Ah, this is fucking cool.
What is?
U.S. to invest billions in self-driving cars.
Oh yeah, that was Obama. Did that right?
Automobiles.
Wants to accelerate the adoption of self-driving cars.
Cool. Alright, let me read this off. I got it in the side chat, so.
Well, less people would die, right?
Hey, probably, as long as they work.
yeah.
I don't think they would die. I mean, the technology would probably be sound, but they'd just be lazier as hell. But
Yeah,
see,
I mean,
I
less
mean,
people would die from accidents. What I meant.
they would
hang on.
probably be sleeping. What?
No, go ahead.
They would probably be sleeping in their cars while the car is directed by like GPS or something like that. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, just an excuse to get fatter. Anyway, self-driving
They would be
cars
doing
got
exactly what they do now when they're driving, texting.
Oh, yeah, you could do
self-driving cars got a financial shot in the arm from the federal government Thursday, but a new report shows the autonomous vehicles have safety issues that could delay their appearance on U.S. highways by years, announcing the Obama administration's pledge to invest nearly $4 billion in autonomous technology over the next decade. Safety Secretary Anthony Fox said federal guidelines for self-driving vehicles will be developed with industry members and other stockholders within 6 months. But he stressed the importance of safety in a presentation made to attendees of the North American International Auto Show in Detroit, asking, quote, what happens if human error could be eliminated, but a new report from the California Department of Motor Vehicles suggests that machine error also needs to be eliminated. The major companies testing self-driving cars on California roads reported multiple disengagements during testing, moments in which the human drivers were forced to take control of the autonomous vehicles. Google, Nissan, Mercedes-Benz, Volkswagen, and a bunch of other stuff seems to be interested in this. But all reported such disengagement, some occurring as often as every 1 to 2 miles, the report said. So what y'all think of that?
What if we need to get away from the cops?
Yeah, I don't know, I guess drive the thing yourself.
Doesn't have a wheel?
I imagine so. I think it's sort of like a mind link thing or something like that. I haven't got that part.
I don't see a wheel, but that's just one picture. Well, if it does have a manual mode, I guess you can compare it to the Tesla, just maybe better. I don't know. Better as in automatic. I mean, better self-driving technology. But I don't know. Hey, Greg left. One thing I'm pretty sure of, though, it'll be insanely expensive.
Yeah, probably. I mean, you know, it would be good for innovation. Probably give the other countries something to shoot for. But I just hope it wouldn't give like American people, American humans, like just some another excuse to get fatter and lazier. That's you know.
I don't really like that idea, so sometimes what I do is I live 7.8 miles from my job, so I decide to walk there for a 4.5 hour shift.
I think this is a good quote here. For the foreseeable future, everybody that has a driver's license will have to be the final control mechanism in all of this. Kolsky said, one of the guys behind this. But yeah, it's gotta be hard to convince customers that they can trust driverless technology. I mean, that's another step.
Well, was it hard to convince people to fly in a plane, or was that actually easy?
Well, like I said, once the research is sound, like who cares what it's called? But yeah.
Maybe there will be even less deaths than in plane crashes, and then we can say driving is safer than flying in a plane.
Yeah, but that's only for people who are like paranoid in these times. I mean, you have to be kind of like Kim Jong Il before he died, to worry about that stuff.
Oh, look. NBC's News, YouTube, Democratic debate. Something to not watch. It's tonight at 9.
Yeah, Bernie Sanders 2016. Fucking like that guy.
Yeah, I still think he's gonna win, and it seems to be each day it goes on. I see more and more evidence of that.
Well, supposedly that the votes don't matter. The government picks it in the end.
Yeah, that's the one caveat, right?
Yeah. So say the conspirators, really.
Right. Which, who knows? I mean,
Well,
Hey Tom, were you watching when Grim V Crazy Ass said that the U.S. government was a corporation?
I don't remember that specific point of view that he elaborated on. I mean, he says he's got basically some kind of fringe position on just about everything, right?
Well, his life is a fringe position.
Yeah, exactly. Give me the gist of it.
I literally
Like a
didn't know what the
corporation. Yeah, what does that mean?
I literally didn't know what the hell it meant. I mean, I guess he's trying to say that they're like the corporation is so like has so much influence over the government that it is one. But I mean, you can't give this. I mean, you can't give him a caveat for the sake of the discussion. I mean, the motherfucker has to be right about everything, and it's silly. I mean, sure. I mean, yeah, they have corporate welfare, and they do control a lot of the wealth. That doesn't make the government a corporation. That's retarded. It's silly.
Right.
I mean, I asked him some simple ass questions like, what? You don't think I know the answer to those questions? Well, kind of in the sense that you won't answer them. So, yeah.
given my limited knowledge, I just always assumed the government wasn't a corporation and the government was the government. But that's just me not knowing anything.
That's just like when you criticize Christians about slavery, and then they were like, well, everybody's a slave to something. Like most people are a slave to their cell phones, and then just like, okay, so we're just changing the word slave, and then that's what you mean? Okay, fine. Yes, we're all slaves then.
Yes, but did the black people consider us cell phones?
No.
I'm sorry, but slavery has a different definition under certain conditions. If you're going to use the word slave incorrectly to describe somebody using their cell phone, then you cannot equate it to actual slavery.
Yes, I agree.
Who said that?
I've actually heard, you know what, it's funny. I've heard people, well, they might not use cell phone, but I've heard cell phone used around here or other things. But I've also heard, I talked to someone in person and they told me that. And that's kind of when I checked out. But
Ouch.
yeah, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
You want to hear some crazy shit?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like friggin', hold on. Florida man tells city council, hang on, let me get it. Like he opposes LGBT rights because he molested boys until he found God.
Don't people that say they
So
found God molest boys still?
In some cases, yes. In some cases, yes. Let me just read this.
Back on the point.
Yeah.
That sounds like horseshit.
Okay. Let's see. Fuck. Let me just look down here. Give me a second.
Did you know dinosaurs probably didn't vocalize?
Of course. Well, I mean, birds can chirp, but I doubt. Yeah. Anyway,
Oh, as you were saying.
Okay, I got it now. A Jacksonville City Council meeting debate over expanding legal protections to the city's LGBT residents took a bizarre turn when a man stood up in front of the audience and said he was a child molester, then blamed the gay community for his actions. News4Jax reports. Roy Bay, 56, spoke during the public comment section. Excuse me. Of Tuesday's council meeting discussing the city's human rights ordinance. It reports Bay's comments were made in front of hundreds of people, and as a result, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office is investigating. I lived most of my life sexually assaulting kids and never went to jail because why? Kids believe me that, hey, you're all right, son. What? This is not a problem, okay? This happens in homosexual lifestyle, Bay told the crowd. An attorney indicated to News4Jax that if proven true, Bay could be charged with a crime because there's no statute of limitation for prosecuting sexual abuse of children under the age of 12, but at the moment there's no evidence of Bay's claims. The news outlet reviewed his criminal records and found nothing indicating he had been arrested for molesting children. Bay has been arrested twice for driving without a license and once for civil contempt by Jacksonville authorities. But Action News Jax followed Bay outside of the council chambers to follow up on his claims. He told the station he committed the crimes in St. Louis, Missouri for 20 years because I thought it was acceptable. He said he was aged 10 to 12. He was molested in a bathroom by the homosexual community. Yeah, this guy's a piece of shit.
Yeah, actually, he is. How can you blame homosexuality for your pedophilia? It's not the same thing at all.
Yeah, I mean the difference between like gay folks and this pedophile is that we're talking about two consenting adults. He preyed on kids that didn't have that knowledge at the time. So yeah, he deserves to rot wherever the fuck he is.
By the way, Max, I don't know if you've seen Jurassic Park 3. Clear evidence that dinosaurs vocalized.
It's weird. You know the weird thing about like freaking like Christians say that well a lot well at least the young Earth ones like they say that that man walked with dinosaurs, but there's only one instance where that's correct. You know where?
Where?
Humans with modern birds right now.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You can assume that, but there's no evidence for it, and the evidence points to the contrary. They just deny it because they can, I guess. Or because they're told to.
Or because of Flintstones.
Oh, yeah. I guess if they say it enough, they think they'll get sponsored by Fruity Pebbles or something.
Oh, ouch.
But Barney already took that.
Okay, so to continue the article, all right, I entered into a life of homosexuality and did the same thing because that's what I thought life was all about. Bass said into the mic, going into bathrooms and places and businesses and sexually assaulting kids. He
Liar.
then said that in 1985, I found that that was not acceptable. At that time, he said, I became a born-again child of God, and God set me free of that lifestyle. At that point, some members of the audience applauded and said, Amen. Oh, my God. Wow.
Ew. Actually, the more applaudable Christians, I'd say, are the ones. I wouldn't do it, but I think the one that there was this one guy at the trial of Gary Ridgway. His daughter was killed by Gary Ridgway, and he got up and he said how much he wanted to hate him or something like that. But he said that God wants him to forgive everybody, and then on the spot forgave Gary Ridgway.
I can understand applauding that, but with this guy, the only way I could actually like give this guy like a round of applause is if he admit what he did was shitty and that he actually went to jail and served his time.
Yeah, instead of saying I never went to jail for this and now I'm a Christian, so it's okay.
Yeah, because that didn't mean jack shit. I mean, for all we know, he could very well be still doing this stuff and just using that as like a get out of jail free card.
Yeah, actually he could, but I bet if a Muslim did it, they'd be arrested on the spot or killed. I don't know.
Sad thing, you're probably right on that.
American culture's a bit screwed up. I used to live in Jacksonville. Now that I think about it, this guy was in Jacksonville.
Yeah, but that was like 20 years ago. Like this was way before you or like I was like real little, but yeah, yeah, but it's cool. You didn't exist prior to him being out there, so you're fine.
1998 is when I was born, so yeah. I'm here on your YouTube channel, Wolf. I find it funny that I see this thumbnail with Kent Hovind with crossed eyes. And what's this video about? Dinosaur mystery solved for creationists? You giving them the actual truth?
Well, yeah, just to explain the first one, yeah, one of my friends, but I think he's Canadian, I think. Keefe's, the elite hunter, basically interviewed Kent Hovind on a Google Hangout, and me and a couple other guys basically did a deconstruction of that interview where he said the most outlandish anti-scientific bullshit, and we basically took the time to correct a lot of disinformation that was in there, well, misinformation.
Didn't Thunderfoot do that too with his Why Do People Laugh at Creationist series?
Yeah, that was indeed done, but that was before he got arrested. I mean,
Well, I saw a few of them where he was in jail and he was making fun of the fact of that being the will of God and how they were doing everything legally, says Kenthoven. And then right after that, he gets arrested for tax fraud, basically. I don't really know what it was. I haven't bothered to look into it, nor have I really heard much about it. But, I heard something about tax fraud. Do you know what it was?
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that again? You were broken up a little bit.
Oh, I mean, well, basically, what was Kenthoven arrested for?
Oh, structuring. So basically, let me explain it. He was taking out a certain amount of money every other time, like $9,500. Like it was just under 10 grand. Here's the thing. He was basically making a lot of money from his businesses. A lot of the stuff he wasn't reporting to the IRS. A lot of his employees, when the court when the trial was going on, like he was saying that they were volunteers and that it was like a church thing, and it was all for God and everything. But that's a bunch of bull. He was actually that they were employees. His employees themselves said that they didn't treat that shit like a church, that it was a business, and even then that there was money being made that he had to report the IRS. He didn't. The feds got up to him, and he tried to pull this sovereign citizen bullshit, like, oh, I don't have to pay taxes. I'm a living man and all this, like it. He pulled everything out of the book to try and get himself out of jail. He couldn't. He was sentenced. He was tried, and he was sentenced to jail for like 10 years. He even and the thing is, he actually got increased time because he tried to move the money around while he was in jail. And what he didn't know is that they had wires tapped. So, yeah.
Oh.
Not really a smart thing to try and fuck with the federal government. They will be up in your ass. He did not render Caesar unto Caesar, so that's why he got screwed over like that.
Oh, I didn't know he tried to, do some underground forgery, I guess, while he was in prison. He tried to move the money around and extended his time. That's funny.
I mean, a lot of people say this guy's not a stupid man. He's just a dishonest one. I think he's a combination of both, really. I mean, you can fool some of the people some of the time. You can't fool all the people all the time. And when you try to go too far with it, you're ultimately going to get screwed in the end. And he did.
Yep.
Let's just say I'm pretty sure his ass got naturally selected in the shower. Let's just go with that. Yeah.
He's a fucking pre-supper. I saw him asking Thunderfoot questions, and he was asking the stupid question like the freaking pre-supper Red was debating. How do you know everything exists? And Thunderfoot was trying to give him the basal assumptions, as he called them. And basically, Eric Hovind was coming at him with false certainty, and I guess you can say Thunderfoot was just remaining a realist. And then he tried to compare models, like the scientific method has built everything, while the religious people have done nothing.
I mean, it's not even that, right? He was trying to say that. I mean, I seen the video, and this was one of the first times I've ever seen the precept argument used, which was kind of shitty. He was trying to say that basically, well, Thunderfoot. Okay, here's what he was asking, right? He asked him, "Is it impossible for God to exist?" And Thunderfoot, he didn't know how to respond to that because not really big on philosophy, but I mean, he should have just been honest and said he didn't know because he's not asserting to know that God is real, but whatever. But then skip to the other question. How do you know you can be wrong about everything you claim to know, right? And excuse me. Yeah, basically, he said it was conceivable. That means he could imagine that the universe doesn't exist. Like it could be a matrix or something. And
Yeah, right.
Eric was trying to say that literally meant that the universe doesn't exist. Like that was what he was saying, and that was bullshit. He kept strawmanning him, and really, I wouldn't have. See, here's the thing. He was trying to convince him about that, and I really wouldn't have cared, to be honest with you. But yeah, here's the thing. He basically tried to go down the path of like, oh, I know the truth. I know that absolute truth exists, or something like that. And
Yeah, but
yeah, exactly. Because if that was the because if that was the case, you wouldn't need science, because
Right.
science is based on like the self-correcting method of gaining more knowledge and refining your understanding about the universe, yada yada, all that.
Yeah, Vsauce said it best when he said, if science was a road trip, facts are the pictures we take along the way. Basically, ignorance is what fuels science.
Yeah, pretty much. And you know what really bothers me? You could go watch one of Thunderfoot's recent videos, Wild People Laugh Creationist, one of the newest editions with Ken Hovind back on there.
Yeah.
He actually endorses pills, right? Vitamin
Yeah.
B7.
Vitamin B17. What the hell?
Yeah, those are apricot seeds. But the problem is, the fruit seeds contain like cyanide. Those are like suicide. Like that's the stuff you take for when you want to kill yourself. And the fucked up thing is, this is for his kids, for Eric Hovind's site. Basically, he's endorsing his son's pills, and he's saying that they can like cure cancer. They're expensive, but they can cure cancer. Yeah, with death.
Yeah. But I guess you can say suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Seeing as you're going to kill yourself anyway, I guess you can call cancer temporary. No, if you're not going to get conventional treatment, seek something that isn't poison.
Yeah, pretty much. But that's the effed up thing about it. I mean, I would challenge them to take it themselves, but
Yeah, they probably don't.
Yeah.
Maybe Kent does. Maybe Eric Hovind will go to jail too, hopefully. Because how dare you? I mean, seriously, how can you do that? You can sell something that's poisonous and just pretend it's not, or just be really that stupid and think you know that it's not.
I think it's actually been reported, like a good number of people saw that video and saw Thunderfoot like point out that, hey, you're basically endorsing poison and you're selling it to desperate people who want to get rid of their cancer. I mean, it's so like a good number of people reported it, so I don't know if that's still up on the site or anything, but yeah, they got to watch their shit now. They can't get away with this.
No, you can't. If you're going to be stupid, well, you're going to have to pay the price. I know, I've done stupid things. But if you're going to do something that stupid, you're just going to jail. And hopefully you're not a cellmate of a cancer patient. I don't know if that's possible, but In fact.
Hey, you ever heard of this guy called Theodore Shubat?
No. I don't actually know anybody except people.
Yeah, he's this Christian dude who used to be he's actually Arabic. He used to be a Muslim, which kind of explains how explains how assholish he is. But yeah, he says this like hateful stuff about like gay people and like other stuff. And okay, he's got this article. Let me just put it in the side chat. Hang on a second.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Where's the thing? Okay. There you go. It's in the side chat. Okay. Yeah. Wait. No. That's the same thing.
That's not it? No, that's the same link. Well, while you're doing that, I Googled vitamin B17.
No. I got it.
Okay. Here it is.
It's from Right Wing Watch. Okay, Theodore Schubert calls SWAT teams raid homes, gay couples, and seize their children. Yeah,
What?
yeah. He says, yeah, he says that effed up stuff like this all the time. Okay, so like this was a couple days ago. He posted a new video declaring that dykes are criminals and calling for SWAT teams to raid the homes of gay people and seize their children. Outraged by a report about a lesbian couple who had been charged with child abuse, Shubat spent nearly half an hour fiercely ranting about how all gays are inherently criminals who need to be persecuted by the state. Dykes are criminals, he stated. Two dykes that are supposedly married. That's not marriage, that's a criminal partnership. That's an agreement between two criminals. We're going to commit this crime. We're going to corrupt children. We're going to take the natural order and tell people to disobey it. We're going to yada yada yada, all this hateful bullshit. That's what these dykes are. They're pure criminals. They're rebels. This is a revolution. We're not saying love. We're not saying marriage. This is a revolution. I believe sincerely within my heart, he continued, that if you have two dykes or two faggots who have children, those children are in an immense amount of danger. They're in danger of being raped. They're in danger of being molested. They're in danger of being assaulted, murdered, killed. And for the good of the child, the state needs to bust down the doors of those sodomites and confiscate those children. What an asshole!
What? Wait.
Yeah. He's a hateful piece of shit. I mean, I guess you could I guess you could say that because he was like a fundy Muslim. It's not surprising that he's a fundy Christian, but you know, I mean, he legitimately has nothing but hate for people that he doesn't like.
Well, why even go from Muslim to Christian if you're going to be that stupid?
I don't know.
So, what he's saying is people who are attracted to the same sex are not really attracted to the same sex. They are criminals trying to start a revolution to disrupt natural order because reasons.
I mean, okay, I know he's going off of an anecdote of a story involving child abuse with with a lesbian couple, which is understandable. I mean, if it's already been reported, then it's up to like the courts or whatever to deal with like what should be done there. But you know what he's saying and stuff, it's just counterproductive. It's just some
hasn't he stopped and thought that
just some hateful bigoted stuff.
Hasn't he stopped and thought that heterosexual couples also abuse children?
Yeah, I mean, by that logic, you should be talking about like, straight couples getting their kids taken away because they have problems. I mean, no one's saying that same-sex couples are perfect. I'm just that just that they're capable of raising kids. I mean, and just because people have problems, it doesn't mean like they should be forced to have their children taken away, like absent of any real hard evidence. Is ridiculous.
Yeah, take their children because they're gay. Let's see. So I hope this kind of thing doesn't actually have like any ground to it, like say versus a heterosexual family that's abusing their kid versus a gay couple that is abusing their kid an equal amount. I hope it's not the kind of thing where more often they will take the gay couple's kid because they're gay and leave the hetero ones because they're hetero.
Well, of course, because that would imply a bias. We're talking about human beings. I mean, just because one of them have a different orientation than the other one doesn't mean they're not capable of doing the same stuff. I mean, it's just that a child can basically exist and grow up and like have a healthy life within that family structure and not worry about that stuff. But to say that they should be taken away because their parents have to be same sex, I mean, it's silly. I mean, that's just a personal bias. I mean, that's ignoring the data and everything like that.
So if you have two male dogs and they start acting homosexual towards each other, should you put them down?
Yeah, that's retarded.
Yeah. Seriously, it's not disrupting any natural order if it happens in other animals besides Homo sapiens. So I don't get what the problem is other than your stupid bias. We should actually find a way to get rid of these people, or if they're, if they're actually causing some kind of real problem, which they don't seem to, because gay marriage is legal now. So I don't see why the SWAT team would actually raid anybody's home because he said so.
Right.
All you have to do is Google. By the way, all you have to do is Google vitamin B17, and it gives you amygdala. Fuck, I can't read these words. Amygdalin. Amygdalin, I guess. Amygdalin is a poisonous cyanogenic glycoside found in many plants, but most notably in the seeds of apricots, peach, bitter almond, and plum. That is on the first page of Google. The first thing, amygdalin is a poisonous cyanogenic glycoside, if that's how you say those words, but still. And actually, if you look right here, I'll just share my screen again. Let's hope it hurries up and starts sharing so you can see it. Do you see the Google page?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is mixed up. You Google vitamin B17. And
no, I mean it's the same. It's the same thing. People have just called it a vitamin. There's no scientific proof that it is one.
Yeah,
but I see what you're saying. Amygdalin is a poisonous cyanogenic glycoside found in many plants, but notably in like fruits like apricots, peaches, bitter almonds, and plums.
Just why I shared my screen is because up here it's being sold, it looks like, or something. Right here, vitamin B17, dye revolution in der something. Curbzipfe. Nature's answer, liquid vitamin B complex, natural tangerine, 8 ounces, I guess. And this Mega Food Balance B complex. Is B complex the same thing?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
So right here on the first page, it's being sold, but also right here, it tells you it's a poison. Here's its atomic structure, the molecule: hydrogen, carbon, nitrogen, and oxygen. Actually, this is cool. I didn't know you could do this on Google.
Yeah, pretty cool model.
I will probably do that more often. So it's being sold right in the open. I mean, I thought it was, illegal to do that.
I mean, to some degree, it is. Actually, let me look at the. Hang on, let me look at the laws on this.
Okay, well, you do that.
I think it's illegal. I think I remember from that Thunderfoot video that it's at least illegal to do it in the United States.
Okay.
I think online that there's a little bit of like leeway and shit. Like I think a loophole or something like that. Hang on a second. B17, yada yada, something like that. Vitamin B17, synthetic form. Okay, found it. Where is it? Okay. Okay, a treatment. This. Also called latrial. It's represented as vitamin B17, even though it's not a vitamin. Treatment for this is generally associated with a certain community, alternative medicine community in Mexico, and is not approved for use in the United States due to the lack of evidence that produces any effect other than mild cyanide poisoning in the patient. In the state of Indiana, a physician may prescribe amygdalin for use of a dietary supplement. But the sad reality. Hold on, let me just say this.
Okay.
In practice, this has not been shown to happen. In fact, where Lytril breaks down into 3 substances, including cyanide, is in the small intestine and several.
Hello? Did you break up?
Conspiratorial minded quacks. Then there's the fact that eating tons of fruit seeds is a common suicide. Let's see.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're gonna have to backtrack a bit. You broke up, and I don't know if you heard me saying anything because you broke up. I was asking if you broke up.
Okay, hold on. Let me reduce my bandwidth. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. You sound actually quite clear.
Yeah, okay, so basically, in a nutshell, as I said before, this is basically an easy way to commit suicide. So yeah, don't listen to assholes who aren't like qualified to actually talk about this stuff.
Yeah, and about that alternative medicine thing in Mexico, does that also include the Gerson family?
I am not aware of who those people are.
Supposedly there was this man named Dr. Gerson who cured cancer, and it had to do with healthy eating. I'll have to look him up. Dr. Max Gerson. Max Gerson was a German-born American physician who developed the Gerson therapy, a dietary-based alternative cancer treatment that he claimed could cure cancer and most chronic degenerative diseases. There's documentaries about him. I believe I've seen a couple. One of them is called The Beautiful Truth. I don't know how much this thing actually works, but in the documentary, of course, they said it works. But, yeah. Either it works and he's very good, or I'm ashamed to share the same first name.
Oh. I mean, for every quack that says that claims that they've, cured cancer, if I had a nickel for every one of these guys that existed, I'd be rich. Probably be one of the 1%. If not just like a richer middle class person.
Yeah.
At least more than lower middle class.
Okay, so speaking of cancer cures, what do you think about people that say cannabis can cure cancer? I don't know if that's like a fact or not. I don't think there is.
Oh my! I've actually argued on and off with a dipshit that let me not curse so much, but I've actually argued with a quack that actually has stated that, which annoys the hell out of me because I had a dear relative of mine, an uncle that passed because of cancer. Cannabis does not cure it. Okay, yes, I mean I'm an advocate for marijuana. I mean I recognize medical benefits, but as far as what the evidence goes, it treats the symptoms. It doesn't cure it completely. I mean, okay, take your time. I actually got to get this other link up for a second.
I'll be right back.
All right, do your thing. I guess we're taking a short break. Okay, I'm back. Okay, news story. Take it to the bank. Glenn Beck now has incontrovertible proof that World War III is coming because Glenn Beck, as a Nostradamusian truth teller, is always right about everything he says. Not. Okay. Glenn Beck typically does not react well to President Obama's State of the Union addresses. So naturally, he has a little bit out of shape this morning after having watched Obama's final address last night. But amid his outrage and disgust, Beck did discover one little piece of good news: World War III is coming. Beck, of course, has been warning that World War III is just around the corner since around 2013, and while the supposed tipping point is constantly changing, Beck is now more convinced than ever that it is going to happen soon, precisely because Obama mocked the idea last night. Beck, who has an amazing track record of being wrong about pretty much everything, declared on his radio program today that if Obama mocks something, then you can take it to the bank that it is going to happen. What did he mock last night for the first time? Beck asked, quote, stunning that he mocked it. He mocked you if you believed that we were at the beginning of World War III. Mocked you. That's crazy. Take it to the bank. We are at the beginning of World War III. The president says it's definitely not going to happen. I think that is all the evidence that you need. It is going to happen. It is definitely going to happen. I've never seen a man more wrong when it comes to what the world is going to do and when our enemies are going to do. That continued without a hint of irony or self-awareness. I've never seen anybody more wrong. And Beck's evidence that there's going to be, World War III, pretty much the same evidence that the Bible is true. Jack shit. Sure, like the whole wars, rumors of wars, like natural disasters, all this other stuff. Pretty much the same information that the ancient tribes of the Middle East had all those years ago. They basically just assumed that things were going to get bad and worse, and hoped that some magical solution would come out of nowhere, out of this catastrophe and all this like hard stuff. But in fact, there is no evidence that this is going to happen. For all we know, the best we have for a disaster is if climate change actually kills all of us on this fucking miserable rock. But unfortunately for Beck, he doesn't have any evidence. He's full of shit. I mean, you ever notice how Beck talks? Every time he actually does say anything, it's not positive. It's not anything progressive or anything like that. Typically, it's all about American values, and the world's going to shit in a handbasket. I mean, meanwhile, that's how he pays the bills. Meanwhile, he's in a freaking mansion, making money off of crazy, desperate people with the tinfoil hats that need something to latch onto to basically reinforce their paranoia complex. I mean, that's just how that works. Can't necessarily be surprised by all that. Yeah, but that being said, I ain't got shit else to talk to, so I guess I'll wrap this up. All right, guys, it's been Wolf King, Pandemonium number 8 live. I'd like to thank Max, Tamar, and that piece of shit Greg that was in here, and Rebel for bailing on it earlier before it even came on. But that being said, I'm going to take this off air. This has been Wolf King. Peace out. If you like it, you know what to do. Ow, ow, ow. And later.